seatbelts now.
So guess what? The big boss behind the Transport movies is itching for more scenes with Jason Statham. You know, that dude who kicks butt in those action-packed flicks? Transporter 2 just blew up on Netflix's top 10 list worldwide. So are we going to get lucky with a new Transporter movie this year? It sure seems like these movies are getting a fresh surge on streaming sites. Here's the scoop on Transporter 5 that we've got so far. For those who aren't familiar with the Transporter series, it's known as Le Transporteur in French. This French action thriller franchise includes 4 movies released between 2002 and 2015, and a TV series. Jason Statham stars as Frank Martin in the first 3 films, playing a professional freelance courier driver for hire. With his martial arts skills, Statham performed many of his own fight scenes, which feature the franchise's trademark Hong Kong-style choreography by Cory Yuen. In the TV series, Chris Vance took on the role of Frank Martin, while Ed Skrein played him in the 4th film, A Reboot. Now, let's talk about the storyline. Frank Martin is the central character in both the films and the TV series. He's depicted as a former Special Forces operative and team leader of a search and destroy unit, with a military history that includes operations in Lebanon, Syria, and Sudan. In the first film, it's mentioned that he received the Bronze Star. Disillusioned with his superiors, Frank retires from the military and uses his skills to become a private driver for hire, living off his army pension and maintaining a strict code of conduct that his clients must follow. The character's background varies across the different installments. In the TV series, Frank is revealed to have been orphaned as a child and later enlisted in the British Army, eventually transferring to the Special Air Service. In the film The Transporter Refueled, we learn that Frank Martin Sr., Frank's father, is a former British spy who retired to improve his relationship with his son. Now let's talk about why director Louis Leterrier is all about bringing Jason Statham back for more Transporter sequels. Even though Leterrier is now busy with the Fast and Furious franchise, he still reminisces about the fast-paced days of 2002, when he first teamed up with Statham for The Transporter. In a recent chat with comicbook.com, Leterrier expressed his excitement about the possibility of returning with Statham for more Transporter movies. He said, "That would be a dream. We've done commercials together and hung out socially, but we haven't worked together in ages. Directing him back then was amazing. It was the start of both our careers and we really clicked. Frank Martin is a fantastic character and Jason is an incredible actor. We definitely need more Transporter films, right?" The Transporter was the movie that catapulted Statham to action star status. It introduced audiences to Frank Martin, an ex-soldier turned mercenary driver in France who gets tangled up in a people smuggling operation. What his enemies don't realize is that Martin isn't just a top-notch driver, he's also got the combat skills to take down anyone in his path. The Transporter franchise took off with 2 sequels. Transporter 2 in 2005, also directed by Louis Leterrier, and Transporter 3 in 2008. However, Jason Statham stepped away when the studio wanted him to commit to 3 more films without even seeing a script. This led to a reboot in 2015 with The Transporter Refueled, starring Deadpool's Ed Skrein instead of Statham. Unfortunately, the reboot received negative reviews and is often considered the least favorite in the series. While we're left wondering if Statham will ever return for another Transporter movie, he's currently busy taking on giant sharks in Meg 2: The Trench. This sequel amps up the action as Statham and Wu Jing lead a daring team on an exploratory dive into the ocean's deepest depths. Facing off against colossal megalodons and relentless environmental threats, they must use all their wits and skills to survive in a heart-pounding race against time. Now, if director Louis Leterrier wraps up Fast and Furious 11, who knows? Netflix might see an opportunity to revive the Transporter franchise with new sequels. Given the recent resurgence of interest in Transporter films on streaming platforms, it wouldn't be surprising if Netflix decided to capitalize on this momentum. With Leterrier's proven track record in action-packed storytelling and Statham's enduring appeal as an action star, a new Transporter movie could be a big hit. Fans are eager to see more of Frank Martin's high-octane adventures, and Netflix has the platform to bring this beloved series back to life. So, keep an eye out. There's a good chance we might see Jason Statham back in the driver's seat for another thrilling ride. If everything falls into place, we might just get some answers about Jason Statham's mysterious cameo in Collateral, which left Transporter fans scratching their heads. Collateral, a gripping neo-noir action thriller, stars Jamie Foxx as Mac Durocher, an unsuspecting taxi driver, and Tom Cruise as Vincent, a ruthless hitman navigating through Los Angeles. In the opening scene, Tom Cruise's character Vincent crosses paths with Jason Statham's character at an airport. They exchange a few too many apologies and share a knowing look before going their separate ways. Naturally, fans speculated if Statham was reprising his role as Frank Martin, the Transporter. However, the evidence suggests otherwise. The Transporter series primarily takes place in Nice, France, while Collateral is set in LA. Plus, Frank Martin is known for transporting packages discreetly, not engaging in chance encounters at airports. Statham is only credited as Airport Man, further distancing the connection. But there's room for interpretation. Perhaps the payout for this job was lucrative enough to justify a trip from France to LA. Both Frank and Vincent operate within criminal networks, and Vincent's mission in LA seems suited to hiring the best transporter. Director Michael Mann has kept mum on the cameo's significance, leaving it open to viewer speculation. Cameos like this add depth for film lovers and spark discussions among fans. Whether it's seen as a subtle nod or part of a larger cinematic universe, it's all about enjoying the movie experience with or without decoding every reference. With all that speculation swirling around, it seems we might have some clarity about Jason Statham's cameo in Collateral after all. Stuart Beattie, the screenwriter, has dropped a bombshell by confirming that Collateral and the Transporter share the same universe. According to Beattie, Statham's Airport Man is none other than the legendary Transporter character Frank Martin. Beattie even joked that while studios might never admit it officially, in his mind, Airport Man and Frank Martin are one and the same. During an interview on the podcast Collateral Confessions, Beattie affirmed the connection, stating, "Absolutely Frank Martin of Transporter. I asked Jason about that. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, it's canon. Same world. The studio will never admit to that, but in my head, absolutely it's him." And it doesn't stop there. Louis Leterrier, director of the first two Transporter films, believes that Frank Martin could pop up in other Michael Mann movies. Leterrier hinted that Statham's character might make cameo appearances in Mann's films. In an interview with IGN, Leterrier stated he'll just be a cameo in other people's movies, in Michael Mann's movies. So even though Michael Mann himself hasn't commented on the matter, it seems like most franchise fans are on board with the idea that Frank Martin's appearance in Collateral is indeed canon. It looks like we've got ourselves a shared universe on our hands. And that's a wrap for today's video. If you enjoyed what you saw and want to stay in the know about all things movies, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Subscribing ensures you'll never miss out on our future updates. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. And hey, don't forget, we love hearing your suggestions for future videos, so drop them in the comments below. Until next time.